Morning. So it's Friday the 22nd of May and this is your last phonics lesson before the half term. So I want you to write a sentence for the starter about something you want to do in the half term. So my sentence would be, I want to go on a long bike ride in the sun, and your sentence could be anything. You could write about going to the park or going on your iPad playing some games. Okay, so think of a sentence, write it down, that's your starter. Mine's going to be, I want to go on a long bike ride in the sun. Okay, so you write your sentence, make sure it's got a capital letter and a full stop, and then we're going to move on. So I need to rub mine off, but you obviously keep yours on your book. Okay, my board's getting a little bit dirty, so I hope that you can still see the words when I write them on. So, this week we have been doing lots of superlatives. Last week, when we did polysyllabic words, and we were comparing them, so a comparative adjective, then we had to do something different. So I wonder if you can remember what we did differently when we did a polysyllabic word. So either 2 or 3 syllables and more. Today we're going to be focusing on the 3 or more syllables. So if you can remember, we had to do more or less. Okay? Now today, obviously we're moving on to superlatives. So we don't use more or less, we don't use EST, but we actually use 2 words, most and least. Okay, so we have more last week, less last week, most and least this week. And it's whenever we have a polysyllabic word with 3 or more syllables. So my example is going to be the word entertaining. So it's a big word, entertaining, entertaining, 4 syllables. Spell each syllable separately, entertaining, and then I'm moving on to the superlative, so I've got most and least. So it's most entertaining or least entertaining, okay? And that's because if I was to use the suffix est on the end, entertainest, doesn't make sense, does it? So we have to use most entertaining or least entertaining. Okay, so I've got some words for you, and they're the same words that we did last week, so hopefully you can remember how to spell them. I've got them on these cards, so I can get nice and close. So the first word is intelligent. Okay, so see if you can write the word intelligent down. Then we have the word beautiful. Now that's a year 2 word, so hopefully you can spell that one. Beautiful. And the last word is important. Okay, so what I want you to do is to write down the words, those 3 words that I gave you, and then put the words most and least before it. Obviously make sure you only pick one, so I would just do, probably can't see that, let me turn around. So I would just do most entertaining, and then I would do it again, least entertaining. Okay, so your words are intelligent, important, and beautiful. Oh, my F went a bit wrong there. Okay, so see if you can write those words down, intelligent, important, and beautiful, and then put most and least before them, but make sure that you just do it once and then do the next one, okay, if that makes sense. So do most intelligent and then do least intelligent, most important, least important, most beautiful, and least beautiful, okay? And then when you're finished, we'll turn them into a sentence. Oh, my board is getting dirty. Okay. Okay, so how about make sure I get it all off. Okay. So my sentence is going to be similar to the one I did last week. Mine is going to be, the Queen is the most important person in the world. Now, it's really difficult to think of sentences that don't always have in the world at the end, but you could change it up by doing like in the country or in Reading. So I might do, the Queen is the most important person in the country, okay? Or the most important person in the UK, I suppose. So let me put, the Queen is the most, I suppose she is the most important in the world, so I'll continue my first sentence. The most important person in the world. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So I've got my capital letter for the Queen as well. She needs a capital letter, and then full stop. The Queen is the most important person in the world. So I've used my superlative of most, and I've spelt my polysyllabic word correct there. Okay, so see if you can give it a try. Make sure your sentences have got those things in it as well. Okay, have a lovely half term and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.